Hello everyone and welcome back to ModLife 4 episode number 12, I think. Somewhere around there. So, real quick, I know I've been saying this a lot lately and recently, and my brain's just got a lot of words to say and I don't know how to say it, but it's been really kind of rough going through some mental things lately, and so big apologies for the lack of videos and sporadic days and just everything. So for those of you guys bearing with me, I'm continuing the series one way or another because I am enjoying this mod pack. It is a compilation of mods that I enjoy, and I want to finish it, and B, I'm having a lot of fun with it. So hopefully those of you guys that are still interested and are bearing with me and all that, I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. I will be trying to get an update out soon. I really just have not had a chance. So it's not really a whole lot of an excuse as well, for one, but for two, it's just, I've been just dealing with all that and other things and just trying to, well, get myself out of a hole. So anyways, I have been streaming though, and a lot of the days that I am streaming, I'm generally doing, we're doing pretty alright, and I've done quite a few things I would like to show you guys. A lot of stuff that we've been working on. So we've moved a few things and picked a couple stuffs up because we have ourselves set up now. Last episode we were working in our storage area, and I showed you guys this little setup here, the gantry here, and let me go ahead and pull out my remote. I'll show you all how this has been going. So currently this thing is using power and we're running low. It's going up. So we could bump this up to the max, but show you guys now that we have chunk loaders placed every single chunk along the way, just to ensure that this will indeed work. Now we can sit here in F1 mode and enjoy the beautifulness that this is, but that's not fun. Not for YouTube, at least. So if you guys want to see that whole ride and everything, you guys are more than welcome to come over and check it out on the stream and everything. But for now, this is the fastest way to get back and forth. We can travel about 100 blocks a second. The base is about 700 blocks away. We can get there in less than 7 seconds. So, and that's pretty much it. Welcome to the base. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is it. This is a part of it. We've been playing around with a couple different blocks and stuff. I got like a little speaker block here.
Hello. Welcome back, Bentley.
Thank you. It's good to be back. We also have like little sirens. You're hearing running water currently because of under here we're working on something currently, but we have a nice little dome set up. We got these wonderful lights set up all over the place. Currently we have it set up to where we don't really need to, use torches. I did bring over our inventory and all of that good stuff. Just a bunch of wonderful things that we're wanting to maybe possibly mess with. Little blackboard here. Why do I have two anvils? I don't really understand why. We got a nice little aquarium here in the middle. Another dome off this way, which we'll probably be doing a little bit of work in today. And I am using ladders because I am trying to keep with the Subnautica theme a little bit, but this is going to be kind of probably more of the main room that we're going to be working in. And I think we might have another layer or so underneath this one. And currently we have a way down on this side with another ladder. And we got more lights down here. This is all lit up perfectly without needing any torches or anything of that nature. So probably going to start working down here a little bit. I'm not really sure how exactly I want to set that up just yet. Like how I want to line the machines up and everything. But I will figure that out along the way. So let me show you guys a little bit of the outside. It's one of my favorite parts. I love looking at this from the outside. So we did use some blocks here from... Oh, good lord. I can't shoot the glass either. Ow. Dang it. What the crap, man? It makes it so hard for me to do this because I have to deal with this stupid guns breaking glass. That's the obnoxious part. Well, rip that. Well, good thing we can get back to our stuff relatively easily, and he's probably despawned. We're gonna go ahead and assume that he's despawned. Now, these only load a single chunk, so keep that in mind. So unless he was relatively close to where... Yeah, I don't think he was close enough. Also, these ladders are good because they do make you go a little bit faster, by the way. But yeah, I think we're okay. So anyways, so we use some block carpentry blocks, I think is what they're called. I get them mixed up, I really do. But look at it above the water. And I am doing a little bit of work over there as well. Let me just go and get this out of the way. I can't stand looking at those things all the time, just popping up on my screen while I'm trying to look at stuff. I still have to work on this hallway a little bit, but this one's just about done. But I love the way that looks, just like kind of done like that. And I do have a little bit I want to do over here as well, but this dome kind of got messed up a little bit, and I'll show you guys what we've been working on over there. You might have saw a little sneak peek. But yes, I love the way this turned out. I think it looks very nice. And I still need to finish up the last rings around here. I think I got like 2 or 3 more we need to do before it's pretty much done. And then we won't have to worry about that thing anymore. So anyways, yeah, underwater base coming along nicely. I love it. I've been wanting to do this ever since I did an old series called Aqualab. Oh man, that was so much fun. But now we have so many more things that we can work with, and it's amazing. It's glorious. But let's go ahead and jump inside. I need to show you guys some of the things that we just kind of been messing with. So we did set up this little guy. Now, I have not been working on it, but we are going to be moving this a little bit, and then we'll hopefully try to get things set up a bit. So I did make this solidification chamber from Cyclic, and it is being filled constantly or consistently, whichever you want to prefer. My brain was thinking about both of them, and well, we got the sink extracting the water into it, so it has plenty of water, and it was making biomass or biomass, this stuff from Cyclic. And the reason why I was making this was to make, well, dry peat bogs as well, but also the terra preta, placed below farmland for sprinkler-like growth. I think it's been working. I'm not sure because I am using it with a modded separate block as well. Oh man, and look how much iron we have. It's not even a whole lot. We have a ton more we haven't mined. I've been using my miner and it's been going insane. So anyways, so we got this. This one also does go down, but you hear that water. That's because it's still filled with water. So we are working on that. I think what we want to work on possibly is setting up a system for power. And I've been getting some ideas on how I want to go about doing that. And I'm probably going to set up another one of these today. So I need to maybe make one more of these, but we'll make that a little bit later, and I'll just take that one. And I'm going to show you all how I set this up, because this is really cool. This is pretty much going to be powering our base for a little while. Mainly because, like, I was trying to think of some concepts from Subnautica, and a lot of people recommended, because I never personally played through it a whole ton, a lot of people were recommending Biofuel. So I was contemplating using kelp, but kelp is kind of a weird block to kind of harvest and grow, but I think this will work out pretty well. So I'm going to show you guys. I'm just going to push this button here and we'll show you guys how this setup works. Obviously they're not supposed to come to me because of my stupid magnet, and it's not supposed to work that far away. That's obnoxious. Anyways, so we got ourselves this little thing here. Oh, it's not even working. The absorption, it is working, but it's not putting it down here first where I thought it would be. Anyways, so we have some very, very specific type of farmland here. Potato fertile soil. Now, there's a couple different types of fertile soil that you can make, but the great thing about this is I can just break that off. It will replant the potato eventually. I don't even know where that potato went. Oh, did it? Oh, that thing actually picked it up? Oh, okay. Anyways, so underneath this is the petra soil. It looks like it's working relatively all right. We're going to go ahead and push this again, and I'm going to take my magnet off this time. Yeah, so I can show you guys. So this is the harvester mechanic from Create. And if we let this run, for the most part, every time it runs, it should at least drop a potato. Even though it's not this time, it was the other day just fine. For some reason now it is not. There it goes. There's a couple potatoes. They're getting automatically picked up. And yes, all of those are from running this. It is a pretty quick system. I calculated this up to being a few or more million just FE in total. So, yeah. It's a very nice, wonderful system. Look at it. Look at it go. It's so good. So I want to show you guys how to set that up. So what this is, if you're wondering, this is just a redstone gauge. It's just for looks, nothing special. These are from Embellishcraft, which is not in the current release of the pack. I added that in after the fact. So yeah, that's why one of the reasons why we need to do an update soon. Anyways, so this is a redstone gauge. It's based on redstone power. It looks like a thermometer. It's here for aesthetic reasons, and it's getting power because of this daylight sensor right here. So it just kind of adds a little bit of A, color, B, aesthetics, C, it just kind of fits the theme. So, all right. So for the most part, I think we're going to run through and set that up today. So let's go ahead and get started. I want to do a different farm though. Let's go ahead and take a look at what other types of fertile soils there are to show you guys what there is. There's wheat, carrots, potatoes, beetroot. There's a nether wart one? I didn't know that. Slowly creates a seep, doesn't need a water. Oh, and that's the other thing. These are great because these, A, they don't need a water source, and B, they can't be trampled. So the other great thing about just kind of making your own little planter, I didn't know they had it for that. Sweet berries, brown mushroom. Ooh. Can we use mushroom? Because I'm kind of thinking about future things for other things as well. Crusher. Yes. Yes, we can. Mushrooms seem good. Do I want brown or red? Because if I'm not mistaken, we can use these for some food as well. Rabbit stew. There was some things from Farmer's Delight that we could use that with, but I also at the same time, I wouldn't mind using wheat. We're having one setup for wheat, so we might go ahead and make a few of those real quick. So just need some of that, some bone meal and fermented spider eyes. And I went ahead and already made up a bunch of those. So there we go. There's 33. Probably not a whole lot to replicate all of that, but we can actually try to do a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, I'll need to get some more spider eye. But for now, we'll just make deal with what we have. Which is pretty much just going to be one side. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and put the magnet back on because I'm used to having that on. Did I put that against that? I did not. I want to replicate. I want to try to make it look the exact same. So I'm going to show you guys basically the step-by-step way of doing this. And see if you look at that, it's already growing. All right, so I'm personally doing 7 long, 3 wide. And it's already growing the wheat. So that's the big plus, right? So let's go ahead and get rid of that. We'll put that away for now. And then we also need the Terra Petra. And we will need a little bit more of this. So let's go ahead and craft up that many. We will need like 21. I'm going to go ahead and quickly pick this up because it's just going to be easier to do it this way. And having the ceiling different and the floor here, like 2 blocks, I always try to do that because it also helps for things like this, hiding stuff. So 7 times 3 is 21, leaves us with 1 of those left. And, oh, okay, that's the downside of that. I might also need to get a few other things, but for the most part, I think we should be all right. So I did want to make some more trapdoors. These frame trapdoors here. These are from block carpentry, which is what we've been using a lot of. And I am going to need a lot more than that. So do I have any more of those? We don't. Wonder, can I craft them? Good. I've been trying to make sure we have plenty of string, but yeah, can only do what I can and everything. So, all right. So on the bottom spot here, and that's just to give it that nice thin look, so we don't have to put another whole block around it. And that should suffice for this one. And then I was using white concrete, which all I have is white concrete powder. That might be okay for now. I'll swap it out later. For now, we'll just show you guys just the basics of basically how to set this up and everything. There we go. So, doesn't look as good as the other ones in my opinion yet, but look how fast that's growing. It's beautiful. It's really good stuff. Let's see. Oop, that was mine, sorry. Yeah, don't worry about that bleep bloop sound. I'm so sorry. Anyways. So, alright. We don't really need anything above it. We can go ahead and put maybe a random block, because I really don't want to make the ducks. They require steel, and we don't really have a whole lot of that right now. So we're just going to go ahead and utilize a different block right now. And we're going to pull that out to right about there. We can change that out a little bit later on. I do want to show you guys the bulbs, though, because those are cool. We'll go to bulb. Iron bulb light. So we do need to have to click through these, unfortunately, and I don't want to use those. Why you gotta be this way? We have plenty of iron, so I'm not worried about that too much. Having to click through, though, is a little obnoxious, but anyways. So I am a little annoyed because I am running out of glowstone constantly. But yeah. Anyways, so there's some light. That should be enough to hopefully allow this just to continue growth during nighttime hours and such. Let's see. Let's grab... So we will need to work on a few things that we need. So the gantry, for one. We showed how to make this in a previous episode. I believe it might have been the last episode. It was not hard to make at all. And I think we have this running somewhat like this. And I'm just going to make sure I got the number right. So it was like, okay. There we go. Nice. And then I got to take it out this way a little bit. So we are going to have to break some blocks here. I will replicate another side of this, like I said. And we might end up doing one more planter. In fact, we could do one planter of this and then like another one of a different crop. I think for the most part, we'll probably end up using potatoes just because it seems like it's just so... Look, they're already grown. It's already grown. It's insane. All right, let's go ahead and grab this guy here. So the Gantry Carriage, just made of some spruce planks, the shafts, andesite casing, and a cogwheel. Super easy to craft. We're just going to go ahead and place him back here in the back. In just a second. Let's go ahead and continue that out. I think that's good there. Maybe one more. I think that's where I had it. And then we'll go ahead and right click that down from underneath. That way it's facing downwards. We can see the little glue there. We will need to grab the glue, which is something we worked on and used in the past as well. And then we also, for the main part of this, we need the harvester. I know I'm probably moving through this a little quickly, but these things are pretty easy to make. We only need 3 of them. These only work on a single block, so... andesite alloy, 2 iron sheets, and an andesite casing. So 1, 2, 3. Super easy. Just like that. So on the other side, I did use the ducks, but yeah, like I said, steel is kind of a pain in the butt, and I don't really want to deal with that right now. So different block. Let's type in like rust or something. What do we got? Rusty plates. Let's use some rusty. Everything requires steel. I hate it. Why? Iron. Metal. Do metal. Hold on. Metal. Metal. You know what? We could probably use some sheet metal. I don't see why we can't use sheet metal. Sheet metal would work. Actually, it might look pretty good. I think we have a bunch of it. Yep, we're good. All right, we'll use some sheet metal then. So we'll just grab that there. That's already glued, so we're good to go. We put it in our fan, but I don't really care. Actually, hold on. I think on the other side I did this. So we had room for the harvesters. And then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And there we go. that is pretty much donezo on that side. Now, the last thing we're going to do, we already showed how to make the motors. We already know how to make these. I'm not going to keep trying to make these constantly because, like I've mentioned this in the past, it is like a curse. It is actually like a curse making these things. Nothing against McJD. I love his mods to death, but seriously, they are like a curse. You cannot stop making them. They just keep... You just keep making them. You feel like you need them everywhere, and then it's just like there's no wires and anything, and it's... Oh, gosh. Anyways, that's... I just noticed all the wheat's done. Holy crap. But yeah, so doesn't need water. Can jump on them all you want. Does not matter. Makes perfect for a wonderful indoor planter. I love it. So essentials coupled with Cyclix Petraterra, they grow pretty quickly. Now we're going to be using create to harvest all of it. And we need probably a method to pick them up. So we're going to make ourselves a vacuum absorption hopper. Sorry, used to calling them vacuum hoppers because they totally were vacuum hoppers at one point. And we already had the hopper there. So we're going to place this guy down right there. We're going to right click on him. And we're going to go ahead and show the area. Now the bounding box is a little yellow box. And I do not want it going below because I don't want random items from underneath to get picked up. So we're going to go ahead and offset down and up here. We're going to hit plus a few times. And we'll see that that now encompasses the bottom. Now if we take a look here, there is a absorption radius upgrade. And I believe I did make one on the other side. I think it was one. Let me double check. I made two. Okay. Well, might as well go ahead and try to keep up with the other side. So we got plenty of ender pearls because of our tiny mob farm, which is glorious and wonderful. And now we're going to have to offset this again. So let's bump that up 2 more blocks. We can see the range. Now we want to make sure, and we look at our mini map here, we're moving east to west. So we need to move this to the east. So let's go ahead and go plus, 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 plus. And maybe one more. Okay, so that encompasses the entire farms and a little bit in the front. Because these will sometimes, if it doesn't pick it up, it'll push the items, for the most part, to the front. So that definitely helps in that sense there. So we're pretty much almost done in this little area here. Well, let's go ahead and do some of the little fun things that I added real quick. So we added the gauge. So I'll show you guys how to craft that real quick. The analog voltmeter is the first step in this. We need the comparator, 2 nuggets, and a redstone dust. Real easy to craft. I'm going to go ahead and craft 2 of them real fast. We're going to do that. And we're going to go ahead and swap these over to the analog bar. And we'll place one there. And we'll place one there. Next up, we need the daylight sensor, or detector in this case. And if I'm not mistaken, there we go. I'm going to go ahead and craft the other one as well and put it away because the other side's not done and ready. And then we just plop this guy on top and we won't have to worry about it anytime. All right, hide that. We're good. All right, so we're getting there. It's looking somewhat replicated. So now here's the important part. We need a gearbox from Create. So let's go ahead and jump into that. Not a normal gearbox, though. We do need a sequenced gear shift, actually, is what it's called. I keep calling them gearboxes. These are gearboxes. I get them confused. Okay, leave me alone. We will need a clock. I don't have a ton of gold, but hopefully we will be doing all right on that. So brass casing, we've made this in the past. I should have one made up already. And let's go ahead and grab that sequence gear shift. And we're going to pop this guy down right here. All right, let's go ahead and get the rest of this set up, which I already grabbed it. We're going to grab the motor here. We're going to go ahead and pop that on so we don't have to worry about making like water wheels or windmills or any of that stuff. We can just easily do this with a little bit of power that we have set up right here. So we're going to go ahead and adjust this on the back side. We're going to adjust this to, let's see, what are we at? 80? 80 seems good. I think 80 is fine. And this is going to be constantly using 25 FE per tick at the current speed. thanks to my engineer's goggles. So if you hadn't seen how to make these, just a little bit of gold, some glass, and a little bit of string, that'll get you going right there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and grab a couple buttons here real quick, just so we don't have to worry about this anymore. Let's grab some stone. I will want to maybe change this up eventually to something else anyways to activate this box. So you need a very particular, or actually I'd say particular. You just need a redstone signal to activate the sequence gear shift. That's all you do need, but these are wonderful. So I'm going to show you why in just a second. So let's right click on this. And we get a UI interface here, so, or user interface, whatever. Anyways, my brain's going 100 miles. I'm trying to show you guys. Trying to show everyone. So using your scroll mouse wheel up and down, you can change this to a couple different things. So you'll see we have turn by angle, 90 degrees, and we can scroll here to change that as well. We can also scroll here to change the direction, speed, and reversing as well. What we want to do is we want to set this up to turn to move, and in the end here it says piston, pulley, and gantry. So we're going to set that up there. 5 is the distance. So if I'm not mistaken, we have the other side set up to 8 or 7. We're going to count it though. So what we're going to do is we're going to come here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I think 9. I think it might have been 9 on the other side. All right, and then we're going to go input speed forwards, which is normal. I'm going to change this one to delay, which you don't really need a delay. I think I set it to 8 on the other side. I honestly don't feel like you really need a delay. I just did it for fun and looks more than anything. And then we're going to have this set to double speed reverse, just so that way it gets back to where it's going a lot faster. And we're going to set this up to 8. I guess 9. That makes sense, right? And let's go ahead and test it. I'm taking my magnet off. So right click. Right. Huh. I understand what happened. I do. I do understand what happened. I need to figure out what I'm going to do with these seeds. What can I do with these seeds? Can I crush them? I can crush them for... Wait a minute. Wait, that means this is even more productive than the others because I got double things that... Because, yeah. Do I get multiple wheat per? No, I don't. I still think potatoes would end up probably over time being more. Because each wheat seed's only 2. It's 36, so that's 72. That's 100, so it's like a 180-ish maybe. You can maybe get, what, 3 per 21? 21, 63, 63, 5, that's like 300. Yeah, potatoes are definitely better. Anyways, sorry for the quick maths. Yeah, so there is a way to fix this pretty easily. We could just rotate this down to negative number. So we'll set that down to a negative 80. That'll finish pulling it for 1 and then reset it, right? So it's basically good to go now. So here we go. And there you have it. And then all we have to do is just glue another side, set up another planter, and we're grade A, glory, happy, and everything. That's pretty much how easy it is to set these guys up. Now there's a few other things I was thinking about doing and trying, but this is the guy right here that we're going to be using for power. This is the Biogenerator. I've done this in the past. This is not going to be our final power situation. This is just going to be kind of a intermediary power solution for now. So right now we're still using the alternators, which is really awesome. They're working great, but these totally will kind of make things a lot easier on us. So I already have some biofuel made. Biofuel is made in a crusher, as you noticed in JEI a minute ago. So we can go ahead and push R, or in here, just left click, and it'll pop this up right here and all the things on how to get biofuel from Mechanism. And there's a bunch of different things in here. One of them to note is the peony, a very interesting method of getting biofuel, which might be a backup situation for us at some point. But you'll notice that there are quite a few different things. A lot of the stuff that I would use in the past was cactus, because I believe it was giving more at one point. I think they might have changed it. But we can see a bunch of different things. I've thought about a lot of the different ways in here, and there's wonderful ways of going about doing this. But anyways, so just to show you guys real fast how this is all going to work, and we're probably going to set this up in the next episode or so. But yeah. Toss one biofuel in. Check this out. So right down here at the bottom left, it's producing 140 FE per tick, but its max output is 280 because of its internal buffer. That's what it's sending out. So it can send out 280, but it only produces 140. And one biofuel generates us 28,000 FE total, which is forge energy, or RF. Redstone flux, whichever you prefer, whichever generation of Minecraft modded you come from. So, with that being said, I want more of these. That's the plan. We're gonna make more. So, unfortunately, that's not gonna happen today because we're doing other stuff. Why did that one not grow back? That's supposed to grow back. Oh, yeah, well, see, and that was the other thing. So if this block, and I want to make note of this, if this block rests on top of this, it will break these, which is fine. That's totally okay, and that's actually a method you could use to harvest this. Actually, you could just, instead of using the harvesters, you could just have a full block, like all of them spanning 7 blocks out, 3 blocks wide, and just have it rest on top of it. It will, when it stops, it will break all of this and whatever it is. Now, you're not going to get up, you know, probably the wheat. Now, the potatoes are better in this sense because if it's not fully grown, it will still drop a potato, as you saw there. So it doesn't really matter on the potatoes. Wheat's a little bit different because we want the wheat more than the seeds, but I want the wheat too because food eventually as well. So, but we can use this in both ways. And honestly, could probably almost, I was just thinking, like, what if I connected all of this up together? I could have one motor in the room powering all of them. That might be kind of awesome. I might have to set that up. Someone, if you watch my stream, remind me to do this. Anyways, that's it for today, guys. I'm sorry. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Maybe you guys will learn a little bit more about Create and how some of the wonderfulness that it works within this is. Can get and do some other stuff. Like I said, this is not just for this. You can use this for doors. You can use this for a bunch of different applications. I've used it for doors. This is the first time I've used it besides that, and it works out very well. So anyways, that's going to do it for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode of ModLife 4. Thank you guys so much for watching. For those of you guys sticking around and bearing with me and dealing with me, appreciate it so very much. And love each and every one of you to death. Thank you guys. If you guys have any able tips, tricks, or comments, feel free to put them in the comment section down below. A lot of wonderful other links down there as well if you want to check them out. And hopefully I'll see you guys in the next episode. Until then, goodbye.